This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News, news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Hey, Ron. I'm a new fan. I just joined your group on YouTube, and I love your show. I just wanted to ask you, brother, if you're using a Bluetooth during those interviews, can you please stop it? Because, man, on your end, the audio, ain't no way to say it. It is much to be desired. Listen to some of your postings, man. Listen to some of your postings and listen to your voice. This last one, Gregory was clear, and man, you just so garbled, man. And you already got kind of a thick, strong voice. But between that and whatever kind of equipment you're using, man, you can't make it out, brother. So please, if you're using a Bluetooth, put that thing away during them interviews. Even if you're using a phone, try to be conscious of holding it to your head. You know, and if at all possible, you know, before Radio Shack closed, go get you a cheap microphone, man. Because really, you know, you got a lot of fans out there, man. But you know, when you roll it up like that, brother, you know, it's kind of, you know, with your fan base and with the people, interesting individuals that you know you speak with in an interview, you know, when you come out like that, you know, it's kind of, you know, it hurts, man. But keep up the good work, and please, if it's a Bluetooth, throw the thing up in the car, and you know, a microphone is the way to go. A microphone and some headphones, man. But anyway, peace, brother. Keep up the good work, and love your work, and I'll keep listening.
Welcome, family, to another wonderful edutainment edition of The Artivist Stinks. Today's subject matter, family, I'd like to address the situation with me and Baba Dick Gregory. I have been getting a lot of emails, phone calls, and look at the comments on recent videos with me and Baba Gregory on my show, We All Be Radio, and people have been raising concerns about our relationship. You know, people have been noticing that Dick Gregory has been using a lot of F-bombs and MFing niggas and all that stuff, okay? I want to thank, first of all, people concerned who reach out to me about me and Dick. People think that he's giving me a hard time, not being fair or disrespecting the platform. I want to thank everybody for their concerns. I want to thank my friends and also my haters, my frenemies, you know, because a hater is really a fan. And some of your biggest fans are also your biggest haters. And that was the reason why I played the clip beforehand. The brother, you know, I get some of those phone calls and some of the emails every now and then. People complain about me speaking too fast, about my diction, my tone, my accent, a lot of other things. And I listen to people's voicemails that sound like brother Steve Youngblood. And the people that criticize me on YouTube, I can't help but think that the majority of y'all probably sound a little bit like him. The different variables of that voice he has. And that's okay. I'm not knocking that. I believe in constructive criticism. But I look at myself as a person in the arena. I'm a warrior. I'm a soldier. I'm in the game. I'm in the battle. I'm not on the sidelines. I'm not a person that criticizes a person who doesn't always get it. I try to be very patient with people. I believe that all great knowledge, all great things come through trial and error. Everything has a cost. There's no such thing as a free thing. A lot of people think, well, you buy two, get one free. You still got to buy two to get one free. So there's no such thing as a free thing. Whether you acknowledge the cost, there's always a hidden cost to anything you want or desire or don't want or desire. Such is the way of life. Everything has a cost to it. I'm not here to knock anybody. I'm not here to validate my truth with anybody else's ignorance of my situation with me and Baba Gregory, as he always said it. But I want to say this because I feel like when people who are truly concerned about this relationship, about my situation with Baba Gregory, I can always refer them to this video so get more hits and more subscribers and stuff like that. So basically it'll be a beneficial situation for me to explain this once and for all, and for the record. Now, let me explain our situation with Baba Gregory. There is no situation with Baba Dick Gregory. Baba Gregory is a dear friend of We All Be. He's a great supporter. He's a beautiful human being. Not human being, but H-U-E, men, being. He just being himself. I know people say, well, he don't talk this way with white hosts. But if you can't talk with family, who can you talk? If you can't express yourself with the people that are closest to you or with family, who can you be yourself around? I don't expect him really to talk to me like he talked to white people, because he's expressing himself to me, and that shows a sign of respect and trust. And also I had to add, people talk about the audio. Okay, the last two shows is warranted because people like Steve Youngblood, they want the audio to be a certain quality, even though I don't have the resources of NBC or General Electric or MSNBC or Fox News. All the same, fair. I'm in the game, I can take the criticism. So I've been trying to improve the audio lately, doing some research tactics on how to get the audio up to a better grade for you all, who are truly the fans and supporters of We All Be and our followers of Dick Gregory. So this past Sunday, which would be March the 29th, 2015, I tried something new. People said, well, you need to get your phone game up. Matter of fact, I believe that the phone I do have costs more than probably the people who are listening to this right now on their janky laptops or janky cell phones. I assure you that my phone that I have, my personal cell phone, costs a lot more than some of y'all listening to this video right now on your phones and laptops. Not everybody now. Because I know people say, he said everybody phone. No, I didn't say that. Listen. But what I'm saying is that it wasn't a cell phone problem. What happened was I had left a mic open and it caused feedback, so it called reverberation, as I think they call it. It caused that, and me not knowing and me not being familiar with the equipment, I didn't know what to do in real time. So it cost me a little bit, but it did not cost me, because guess what? Even though my voice sounded a little bit shitty, Dick was clear. Clear Dick, okay? Clear Dick. There was no problem with Dick audio. It sounded pretty good. So that's a good thing. That's winning. And also, okay, the week before, on the 19th, I recorded Brother Dick on my cell phone. And somebody who was astute in the comment section, I do read the comments from time to time. I don't always comment because I'm very busy. I got a lot of things going on. And I will enlighten you all on the things that I have going on and how you can really help push these things along later on. So I had to catch Dick because he was scheduled to be on my show. And he had a medical emergency. So I've been calling him and Sister Lil, his beautiful wife, to try to set up some times. And he told me, hey, Ron, I'm recovering right now. No, you can talk to me whenever. So I was out and about, out in the world, doing some other things, covering some other events. And so I just wanted to catch Dick at this time because so much stuff happening in the media, as you all know. A lot of y'all email me about what Dick think about this or what he says about this. So I had reached out to Dick because it was the same day they discovered the brother hanging in Mississippi from a tree, I believe, down in Mississippi. And I had to ask him some few things that happened in that news cycle. And so in my eagerness to record Brother Gregory, I actually did leave my speakerphone on. So I was talking with my speakerphone on, and that caused a distortion on my end, but with Dick in, it was clear. So once again, the last two episodes I did on We All Be, yes, the verbal, the audio situation was my fault. I claim that. But his audio, Brother Dick's audio, was clear enough for y'all to understand what he was saying. So what does that say? That says that the universal God knows what he or she is doing. Because it's not about me when I interview Dick Gregory. It's about Brother Gregory and the agenda and the message he had for the masses. It's not about me. Because when you deal with people like Brother Gregory, you got to check your ego. Because an unchecked ego can cause you to miss out on earned blessings. Let me say that once again. An unchecked ego can cause you to miss out on earned blessings. So with Brother Dick, I gotta check my ego at the door because I'm dealing with somebody who have these exceptional, mind-blowing life experiences. Brother Dick is the type of person you're dealing with Like, for example, for the last several weeks, I could look at a feature film, a documentary, listen to an album. I mean, and somebody mentions Brother Dick Gregory. He helped me with my illness. He helped me with this. Brother Gregory popping up everywhere. I mean, he's ubiquitous. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. This guy is larger than life. He's, in the words of the great Duke Ellington, he is truly beyond category. And he had dedicated over half his life to empowering black people. Not just everybody, but specifically black people. He put the movement before his family. He put millions and millions of dollars into trying to empower our people. This guy has put his life on the line many times. He has been arrested over 100 times. He has put his money where his mouth was. I mean, Brother Dick was the confidant and friend of Medgar Evers, Dr. King, Malcolm X. The big three, the M and M and M. He was there. He was the guru for John Lennon and Yoko Ono when they was living in the cave in Europe. I shit you not. Dick Gregory was there. I mean, he was a special trainer for Riddick Bowe. Dick Gregory was there. Dick Gregory is all the place. He is one of the most influential Americans or people that ever lived, period. So I count it as a blessing that he trusts me enough with his agenda, his message, to use my humble platform as a place where he could get the information out for the people. And to get back to audio, like I said, I apologize for those mishaps, but also it's a couple things. It's a process. Like I said, true knowledge is built through trial and error. Now, this was not my mission in life. I never saw myself being in a position to be able to bless people by being able to interview people like Baba Dick Gregory. I never saw myself doing these things. They said many are called, but few are chosen. I just happened to answer the call. I know I was the best person for the job, because y'all let me know that all the time. Because people are so quick to criticize and so slow to praise. And that's all good. It's part of the game. I'm a tough boy. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. So what I'm saying is that I never saw myself in this position. So not necessarily I was necessarily prepared. I didn't have the best equipment in the world. It's a trial and error process. And what really got me really understanding the value of Brother Dick, I remember I had met him for the first time. In 2012, I went to Washington, D.C. I had met him near Howard University campus at the Sankofa bookstore for the first time. I've been speaking to Baba Gregory on my show since 2011. And I met him for the first time. So we met at this cafe, nice, wonderful cafe. I had my video camera and whatnot, and my sister and her friend. And everybody was just awe. They was awe-inspired by Baba Gregory. Here he is in the flesh. This is the heart of D.C. at Howard University campus. Just there, just sipping his latte, whatever he was drinking, and just dropping his knowledge, and people just coming into the shop and just being awe-inspired. But the problem was, I did not have the proper audio, because I was a novice. I'm not, like I said, I didn't go to school to be a broadcaster or a journalist or anything like that. I kind of just fell into it, and I'll tell a little bit about how I fell into it later on in this video. That's going to explain all that I need to explain. So when I listened back on the video, I was disappointed in the sound. It wasn't the best quality. I was very disappointed. I thought it was a wasted opportunity. This was the summer of 2012, June 2012. So I uploaded some of the stuff on YouTube, and people just gave me a hard time about it. And I agree, it was horrible. It was atrocious. So fast forward to 2013. January 2013, I wanted to redeem myself because I just felt so bad about that. It really hurt my brand, I believe. It hurt a lot of things I wanted to be about and try to do. Because what good is to have all that and not to have it be heard or received by the people? So I called Baba Gregory just to call him, asked him some questions about what was going on in the news. Then I asked him about Django Unchained. And then it went viral. I just uploaded it the next day. I get a call from Baba Gregory saying he getting calls from all around the world. Folks calling him, producers, Quentin Tarantino, everybody's calling him, thanking him for what he said about Django. I didn't expect it to go viral like that. I did not expect it could take off like that, for me. So at this time, I even stopped doing my podcast show for several months because I was burned out from just doing some other stuff related to my purpose. So I said, wow. So there's people receiving this stuff. I was getting phone calls around the clock, emails, text messages. People want to be on my show. People want to, connect with Baba Gregory, stuff like that. And he was very appreciative because he called me and thanked me for the platform for getting out like that. So I mean, I started interviewing him more extensively. And the reason why I even got interested in Baba Gregory was because Marcus Jones, the father of Michael Bell of Gina 6. Now, me and Marcus Jones got close during the Gina 6 ordeal. I don't know, a lot of y'all remember the Gina 6 ordeal. This problem with us as black people, we are so quick to forgive and so quick to forget. Once again, the problem with black people is that we are so quick to forgive and so quick to forget. So with that said, I was really good friends with Marcus Jones. Even got him some college speaking gigs, him and Tony Brown, the original journalist and radio personality, to break the Gina 6 story. Actually, We All Be was one of the first media platforms in this country to do a story on Gina 6. This is for Michael Basin. You see, Michael Basin no longer broadcasts, and We All Be is still here. We actually responsible for breaking part of this story back in the summer of 2007. It was an honor to have some of the parents and some of the lawyers and some of the supporters, the early supporters on my platform that summer, and also we did some other shows throughout to keep the updates going. So getting back to that, Marcus Jones gave me Baba Gregory's direct phone number, his house number, and I called the house, and Lil answered, or the housekeeper at that point answered, and told me that, hey, you want to get Baba Gregory on, fax your request. So I never did that. That was back, get right, maybe that was 2008. So you fast forward to 2011, I looked up Brother Gregory's phone number in the white pages. Now this is another thing. Richard Claxton Gregory, Richard C. Gregory is listed in the white pages. Just take time to look him up. You know, like Baba Gregory prides himself for never taking his phone number out the white pages. He always had a listed public number. So it's not hard to find Baba Gregory, but a lot of y'all say like it's hard to find. But anyway, getting back there. So 2011, fast forward 2011, I finally got him on my show. We hit out very well. I mean, we had a great time, great rapport. People were blown away by it. I was too. And so that's how we started. So I've been having Baba Gregory on my show since 2011, and he's been delivering. So with that said, when people complain about my audio and stuff like that, I mean, the Huffington Post do not have a problem hearing the audio. You know, the stuff that people complain about is really nitpicky to me, because I have tried, you know, in my efforts to improve the audio. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. So it will get better with time. Trust me, people. I'm not a quitter. But for some reason, I believe that majority of people do get it. And sometimes it's not always me, because some of y'all do have shitty audio on y'all laptops and computers. And don't take it personally. Y'all do have shitty computers and shitty cell phones. I mean, y'all do. It's not always on me, you know. It's easy to blame the messenger. As long as you get the message, I don't really care. But that's neither here or there. But getting back to the point of, you know, even this last time with Empire, Huffington Post picked it up. It went viral. I did not expect Baba Gregory comments on Empire to go viral. And it was on the phone when I had the speakerphone on. That was the interview I did. It was like a brother that's a good friend of mine online, co-star Taylor. He said it was a hit it and quit it interview, and that's exactly what it was. It was an impromptu pickup interview while I was going between events in my car, sitting down talking to Baba Gregory for about 30 minutes before he goes to sleep. That's what type of interview it was, and he blessed me with that, and it blessed him, and what he said went viral. Once again, I was not expecting that. So there's 2 years where I had 2 instances where I interviewed Baba Gregory that went viral. I don't know anybody else's, you know, podcasting, blog shows, whatever you want to call them, that have had that type of luck with Baba Gregory within 2 years' time. So with that said, now let's talk about, okay, how he treats me on my show. How does he treat me? He treats me with respect, because you want to know why? He comes back to my show. You know, even when my audio was having problems last week, he kept on saying, get Lil to get me back on this show as soon as possible. Because he knows the value of what we're doing. He knows I'm very sincere in what I'm trying to do. And he knows that I have a purpose. He realized that probably before I even realized it, as it relates to doing the work that I'm doing now. So with that said, we do not have a problem. Because people like him in my life, I have noticed, there's a lot of, not a lot, I don't even say a lot, there's a lot. A few black men that I have met who were very accomplished spoke like Baba Gregory to me. Not because they hated my guts, but because they were very frustrated. Because these men were brilliant, exceptional men. Now, not all black men, older black men that I talk to, cause I talk to a lot of older people. I don't know if y'all noticed it, if y'all picked up on that thing. Not all brothers act the way in a fashion that Dick do. But you gotta understand, he gave his life, he dedicated his life to empowering his people for 50 plus years. I mean, he's a true Renaissance man. Everything he had, literally, he put everybody else before his kids and wife. He will put money into the movement, before paying his mortgage, before paying for his kids' education. That's how much he loved his people. So you should never question if he loved his people or not, because the proof is in the pudding. No pun intended with Bill Cosby or whatever, but the proof is there. His track record speaks for itself. And regardless of what you may feel about this or that about Baba Gregory, he's a man. I mean, he's not immortal. You know, he's not a god like that. But at the same time, he is a god because he has transcended a lot of things that we take for granted. You know, and I respect and love him for that. And like I met black men like him before who are very accomplished. If you look at them, they have influenced a lot of people, but they were very frustrated because they wish that their people condition was further along than what it is. And that brings me to another point when people ask me, why do I cut up his interviews? Because he been doing this for 50 plus years, and a lot of us ain't still getting the message. Once again, why do I cut up the interviews? It's because he been doing this for 50 plus years. That's several generations, right? And a lot of us still ain't getting the message. It's like what the old saying, like, how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. White supremacy, racism is a big fucking elephant, is a big fucking white elephant. Not just in the room, but on the globe, okay? White supremacy, racism. It's a deadly beast. Cause like what Brother Baba Dick always say, he said, y'all mad at the wrong white folks. Let me add this as well. I think it's very important as I share with y'all my speech issues growing up and stuff like that. I remember I had a conversation with civil rights legend, the great Reverend C.T. Vivian, who was a recent recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Him and Oprah got it the same year. And he was telling me about a story about the great congressman and civil rights pioneer activist John Lewis. When he was a student activist in Nashville, they usually would get John Lewis to speak. At that time, John Lewis had a real bad speech impediment. And, he would stutter and stammer. But they kept on forcing him to speak on the behalf of the movement in Nashville. And what Reverend C.T. Vivian told me, and I'll never forget this, he told me this a couple years ago, that you can never discover your genius by being comfortable. Once again, he told me you can never truly discover your genius or calling by always being comfortable. Sometimes you gotta force people into uncomfortable positions in order to expose or showcase or develop their greatness. And so with Baba Gregory, he have been forcing me into uncomfortable situations where I've been forced to develop and work on myself. So I really appreciate that part of the deal. And also, as it relates to documenting Baba Gregory, I also do backup recordings of Baba Gregory. So I got several different recordings going on as I interview Baba Gregory, some better than others. But the reason I do that was because back in November of 2013, I was interviewing Baba Gregory on Blog Talk Radio, whatever, and we had a great discussion. And I believe that the Blog Talk Radio folks cut off about 25 to 30 minutes of that discussion, and I was not able to retrieve it. So it really pissed me off. So what I did was I always have backups of Baba Gregory talking, and so I think that's important. I should have a backup plan, but it's neither here or there. But even with Barbara Walters, she didn't let her issues with pronouncing the letter R get in the way of her greatness. I mean, sometimes you gotta learn how to turn a liability into an asset. One of my favorite musicians is Miles Davis, and Miles Davis didn't have the greatest of range or technique on the trumpet, but what he did have was an understanding of his limitations and also an understanding of who he was, not only as as a person or a musician, but as an artist, as a visionary. He had a sound in mind, so he couldn't play as high or as deep as a Dizzy Gillespie or Clifford Brown, but he could play Miles Davis. And I remember reading his autobiography. Miles Davis' father told him, who was a dentist, he told his son, he said, son, you're going to do your thing. Don't be a mockingbird. Be your own person. And I say this to thy own self, be true. I am true to who I am. I am authentically me. And I think that's why I'm able to get access to the people that I get access to. If I tell you all the people I know, I met, even the folks I pissed off that y'all might like, you wouldn't believe me anyway, I don't think. But at the same time, what is mine, what is for me is for me. And what is for you is for you. But it's on you and me to claim what is ours. So I'm claiming what is mine. And I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, the way I know how. And I'm always constantly trying to improve myself and better myself in the understanding of my purpose and who I am as a person. So once again, let me say, I have no problem with Baba Gregory doing what he does. I have met gentlemen like him, a few gentlemen like him, and I know it's a frustration being a black man in a white supremacist system and dealing with the things he dealt with. You gotta understand, like I said, he put the movement before his family. He has given millions of dollars to the movement of empowering his people. He has got his ass beaten many times. He has gotten his ass arrested many times. He even got shot in the ass for trying to do the right thing by his people, and the work speaks for itself. So I'm just very grateful to be in the driver's seat of history, and also once again to be a witness to the works. And like I said, you know, Baba Gregory helped Kathy Hughes build her foundation, you know, doing a morning show on Radio 1 or whatever at the beginning of her illustrious journey into this thing of ours. But also I like to say that Kathy Hughes' birthday is on April 22nd and my birthday is on April 23rd. So it's a order to these things. So I really appreciate, like I said, Baba Gregory helping me out. And like I said, we're more than just a podcast or a place where you can hear the latest Baba Gregory interviews. We're a movement. We're an organization that's about the community. Like I said, we host also ACT, SAT workshops for free around the city of Memphis to help kids, you know, get better test scores who can't afford any type of tutoring otherwise. So like I said, I'm not just talking about talk. I'm actually living the solutions that I seek. And I'm honored to be able to in a position to share all this information with you all, because I'm not an information snob. And like I could have kept all these hours and hours of interviews to myself and wrote a book about it or whatever and never release them or release them later on. But I see myself as a servant to my people that I must deliver this stuff. And like to paraphrase Dr. King, all one has to do to be great is to serve. That's all you got to do. So I apologize if my meatloaf or my mashed potatoes ain't up to y'all liking, but I'm just giving y'all food for thought. And I thank the people who are able to receive what I'm doing, because it's truly a blessing to be able to touch people with your talents. And so I'm thankful for the people I get in terms of phone calls and emails and texts and letters and whatnot. People very encouraging. People that said that they have also been very touched by not only Baba Gregory, but also the other work that we do. If you look at our YouTube channel, I think majority of the stuff we post on YouTube is very listenable, and you can understand some of the articulation and the pronunciations and enunciations in the video. It's a blessing. It's truly a blessing to work with Baba Gregory, because he helps to legitimize our brand at We All Be News, but also what we do in the community as change agents as We All Be Group Inc. So I want to thank him for that, and also the work that a lot of people that work with us do, like in terms of we host ACT and SAT workshops, which are free throughout different institutions in the city for people who need help in improving their scores. That's some of the things that we do in our community. And we are in the process of developing an intergenerational mentoring program where we connect folks with people like Dick Gregory and younger people, because the issue with us is that a lot of times the reason why a lot of us can't deal with the reactions of Baba Gregory, because a lot of us ain't used to dealing with our people, especially our older people, to get that knowledge and understanding of life. Wisdom don't always have to go through or come from things you've been through. You can get wisdom from anywhere and from anybody. And I'm a true believer in that. But also, there's a lot of knowledge and treasures waiting to be discovered with our older people, and stuff that we could benefit from as a people as a whole. We're missing out on because people get into their feelings and into their ego, not realize that some things ain't worth fighting, some things are worth letting go, but also some things are also worth holding on to. So yes, so I'm thankful of that, and all you info hoarders out there, I would encourage everybody to share what you know if you want to become immortal. In order to become immortal, you must share what you know. And Baba Gregory has been doing a great job of that over 50 plus years. So I want to thank everybody for listening once again. Like I said, I encourage free speech. I have no problem with censorship. It's funny that, even as I think about the things I have been saying in terms of, what I feel about the situation with me and Baba Gregory, people will assume that I'm trying to defend myself. It's not that. I just have a right to express myself as well too. And also, I have given people what they wanted. They might not like what they heard, but I have given you a response about my views, and you can take it for what it is. And I respect everybody who received this. I respect everybody who is listening to this video all the way. And I encourage people to continue the dialogue. Like I said, I read a lot of this stuff. I don't read everything. I don't respond to everything. But I do get a general idea. I know so far the majority of people think I'm doing a decent job in terms of what I'm doing. So thank you. How I got blogging and podcasting and stuff like that. Quick story. I saw Juan Williams at a Black History event. He was the keynote speaker at a Black History event sponsored by FedEx at their corporate world headquarters in Memphis. This had to be back in February 2006. I met Juan Williams, yes, the Juan Williams from Fox News and formerly of NPR. He was a decent guy, a great guy. I read some of his books about the civil rights movement and whatnot. So he gave me his personal number and told me, to call him, whatever. So I called him and asked him a question. I told him that, me and some friends of mine wanted to start something with media. So we was discouraged by the images that we saw of black folks, how we was being portrayed in local and national media, and what solutions he had for it in terms of us trying to solve this problem of our image representation in the greater media. And he told me something that's very simple. He said, start a radio show, start a TV show. He didn't tell me how to do it. He just told me I need to do it. And that's it. That's all he told me. We talked about 10 minutes. He basically said, Ron, you just need to start a show. Start a radio show or start a TV show. So I had to figure out how the hell I'm going to do that. I started a blog in April. I started We All Be actually in April 2006 after coming back from New Orleans. I participated in the march about the early voting in New Orleans. This is right after Katrina. So I went down there and participated. I had the epiphany. I was crossing that bridge. The bridge that black folks were trying to cross in 2005, where the white folks in their parish wouldn't let them cross. They had to go back into New Orleans to suffer. So I had the epiphany. I said, I want to start We All Be. And We All Be is an acronym. It stands for World Enlightening, World Enriching, Activating, Liberating Love, Beautification Experience. So once again, We All Be is World Enriching, Activating, Liberating Love, Beautification Experience. That was We All Be. It started as a blog in 2006, in April 2006. And so by December of 2006, I discovered Blog Talk Radio because my mom was invited by a sister to be on her podcast show on Blog Talk Radio. And so I felt a light bulb went off in my head. This is what Juan Williams was talking about. This is my opportunity to start my own internet radio show. So I signed up for Blog Talk Radio. This is December 31st, 2006. So my first show was January 7th, 2007 with my friends and whatnot. So I was just thinking that me and my friends would be having these epic phone conversations, all these great ideas and thoughts and stuff like that. But once you hang up the phone, the conversation's over and the ideas are not recorded, you know. So I said we should have conversations on a weekly basis where we just talk like we on the phone to each other, but record it for posterity so it could be shared and passed down through the generations. So people could be inspired by the conversation or whatever, they could do whatever. So my friends at first, they was on board doing it every week, and they fell off. Then what I started doing, I started hitting the internet. Started looking up people to interview, like just emailing folks through MySpace, through Facebook, just through websites, just looking for guests. And this is why I started booking people like that. And then it started picking up. I started a little bit of investigative journalism. If you look at my YouTube page, I have actually investigated lynchings of black men in Mississippi, of black men being chased by tanks and K-9 units from Parchment Penitentiary, Mississippi. I actually broke these stories, and local and national media outlets would take these stories. Sometimes they give me credit, sometimes they wouldn't give me credit. So I actually was doing this work. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going along, just growing, learning, and evolving. And now We All Be is at the point it is now. We had recently got 501c3 nonprofit status in 2013. That was a great moment, but I was doing this nonprofit work for years because I used to volunteer at the National Civil Rights Museum as a tour guide with my mom when I was 12 years old when it first opened. So like I've always been programmed to give back to my people, and I don't mind doing it. I love doing it, especially sharing my passion with other people is very important to me, because the things that you are passionate about will be your legacy, and the things that you are passionate about will help you become successful. I'm not saying that successful in a small, vain way, but you become successful because you got to go through some hard, lean times in order to arrive. You got to go through some things if you're going to do some things in this world. Especially you got to have some commitment and discipline. So this is what We All Be came out. It started as a blog, became a podcast, became an organization, now it's a movement. Okay, so we're doing things in the community. I'm not only podcasting and interviewing Dick Gregory, I'm also sponsoring events and stuff like that. I'm empowering black people and other people throughout this diaspora of ours. And I'm just doing it and out of love and passion. Matter of fact, we have our first major event of my organization coming up. I am going to college too, which will be April the 11th, 2015 at our World Overcomers church. We're paying for the space. So I said nothing's free. Knowledge not free, nothing's free. Everything has a cost. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, as James Brown once said. So with that said, you know, we're raising money. We getting folks in the community to lend resources and talents. It's taking a community effort, because we're trying to prove that anybody can go to college, and we're trying to show people the blueprint to get to college. And not only that, we're bringing in special guest speakers and everything. Like our keynote for the event is Brother Michael Holman, who's a friend of We All Be. Brother Michael Holman is the father of hip hop TV. He created Graffiti Rock in 1984. That's the first hip hop TV show in history. This is before Yo MTV Raps, before 106 in Park, before anything. He created it back in 84, one episode that changed the game. Like it introduced the world to Run DMC. That was one of the first TV appearances Run DMC ever did. It was on Graffiti Rock. Kool Moe Dee, the Treacherous 3 was also on Graffiti Rock. Brother Michael Holman was also the manager of the legendary breakdance group, the NYC Breakers. They was on Graffiti Rock. Even Vincent Gallo, the future independent film star director, and Debbie Mazar, former Madonna singer and also Entourage fame, was also on Graffiti Rock. And Brother Michael Holman was a dear friend of Jean-Michel Basquiat, one of the greatest artists of all time, who passed away at the age of 27 on August 12th, 1988. But he's one of the top-selling artists of all time. His work sell for in the millions of dollars. So Jean-Michel Basquiat, best friends, or one of his best friends, was Brother Michael Holman, who was a collaborator with Jean-Michel Basquiat in the innovative noise band Gray. And also he wrote the screenplay Basquiat, which starred Jeffrey Wright as Jean-Michel Basquiat, David Bowie as Andy Warhol. It was an all-star cast. It's a cult classic. And also Brother Michael Holman did some of the music And I also starred in Downtown 81 with John Michelle Basquiat, the real one, you know. So we're bringing him in as the keynote speaker. Basically talking about how to use your creativity to solve your problems. Black people, listen up. And also David Porter, Stack Soul great songwriting companion of Isaac Hayes. His songwriting credits include Mariah Carey's Dream Lover, Will Smith, Get Jiggy With It, Notorious B.I.G., Who Shot You, Sam and Dave, Hold On, I'm Coming, Soul Man, Sam and Dave. Basically, his songwriting talents has helped to move over 300 million units worldwide. There's 300 million units of music that his talents were able to move worldwide. So that's the type of people that are helping with the We All Be organizational movement. And I want y'all to also help with our movement. So when you donate, it's tax deductible, but also it's going towards a good cause. It's going back into the community because we're renting spaces. We're trying to change the world, but we change it through our community first. And we can replicate that throughout the country and throughout the world. So you look at our websites, you know, that's why I got the links. I'm an artist, I'm a visual artist, like I said, as well. So also, let me talk about, you know, people say, well, you talk so damn fast and all this other stuff. Yes, indeed, I do talk fucking fast. I used to take speech classes when I was in elementary, and I had a real bad speech problem. So basically, you blessed you can understand me at all right now. You know, so yeah, I had speech problems. Also, my mind move fast. You know, maybe y'all mind move fast. I don't know. But my mind move real fast. So once I start talking or whatever, I'm not. You know, I'm just on to some other shit up here. So maybe I got ADD or some shit. I don't know. But at the same time, that's not even a problem to me because you understand what Dick Gregory's saying. He understand me a little bit. He won't be coming back and talking to me. So he understand me enough. And that's another thing. People always saying this and that. Shit, Barbara Walters made a legendary career. She had a hard time with the letter fucking R. Okay? I mean, but yet she made this phenomenal career. I mean, come on now. There's always an exception to the rules. So it's not about me. Once again, you got to check your ego or you're going to miss out on your earned blessings. An unchecked ego can cause you to miss out on earned blessings. So, you know, I'm glad that Dick is patient with me because I speak fast and whatnot, but I think like, you know, I'm into jazz and whatnot, so I'm thinking like a jazz musician. You know, I'm not thinking like I play a trumpet, so I don't, yeah, but it's not an excuse, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. So what's your excuse? So this is another challenge. I said Richard Claxton Gregory's in the white pages. So if you think you can do a better job than I can interviewing Mr. Gregory, go for it. You know, look him up. I mean, if you think you can withstand him cursing you out and stuff like that, then you was meant to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think people should. I think the people that are criticizing me and belittling me and calling me an idiot or retard, I mean, I think you should give it a try. Because, like, once again, I help people come on the show. They say they're going to put Dick Gregory in his place. They're going to ask me questions and they get shut down. And yet, no, Dick Gregory, he keep on coming back on my show. He respects me. So, yeah, I have no problem with Baba Gregory. I just did this long ass video that you know I had no problem with Baba Gregory. I have no problem with people commenting. I don't believe in censorship, you know. But I want to challenge folks who think they can do a better job to do it, you know. I want to encourage you because we need more voices out there, especially people of color. So I want to encourage anybody. If you can do a better job, I do, go for it because I didn't never saw myself just doing all this stuff. I mean, I never saw myself doing this. So, many are called, but few are chosen, and I just happen to answer the phone call, and that's why it works. Because a lot of times people fear the Goliaths, but it's the Davids you got to watch out for. Once again, a lot of people fear the Goliaths, but it's the Davids you got to watch out for. The Davids, the ones you didn't see coming. So we all be, I mean, we up there, and I just think it's a blessing because, you know, when Kathy Hughes first started Radio 1, guess who was helping her? Before her morning show, it was Baba Dick Gregory. Okay, so who knows where this might lead, but I want to thank everybody for, if you made it to this end of this video, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and I hope I answered some questions that, you know, people had of me. And I'm sorry I don't answer everybody comments and return everybody phone calls. There's just so much stuff going on. I hope y'all can understand that. I'm really am a giver. I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm a giver. And the wise man once told me it's two type of people in this world: the givers and the takers. And also the givers take a lot of shit. So I'm a giver and a taker. I give more than but at the same time, this is bigger than me. And also on the bright side, if I get like $1 million grant for We All Be, well, maybe I can clear up the audio a little bit later on for posterity. How about that? It's a win-win, right? I can get some people in, some Dolby surround sound, some shit. Get some sound technicians. They can clip the sound a little bit to the best of their abilities. Because while I was thinking about that, actually I was thinking about one of my favorite musicians, Charlie Parker. It was this white dude used to follow Charlie Parker all around, all these different clubs throughout the country, recording him. Sometimes Charlie Parker would help Dizzy Gillespie play with him, and the dude say, "Fuck Dizzy, I'm gonna record Bird. I don't give a fuck about Charles Mingus or Bud Powell. I want Charlie Parker. I want to record him." So this guy dedicated his life, his resources to recording Bird. And a lot of things we know about Bird because of his recordings. And some of the recordings ain't all that in terms of quality, but the fact that it's the evidence. He was witness to something great. He bared witness. And he believed in the importance of bearing witness, that he left the evidence. And so I'm bearing witness. I am bearing witness to the man known as Richard Claxton Gregory and his awesomeness. And I want to share it with the world through my limited means. But if y'all really believe in what I'm doing, if y'all really believe and respect Baba Gregory, I hope that you will think about donating to what we're trying to do, because we really believe in empowering our people. That's what We All Be is all about. It's world enriching, activating, liberating love, beautification experience. So I hope you got something out of this video. It's a long ass fucking video indeed. And I'll be honest with you, I might not read any of the comments that I have to say. I might read some of the comments, but at the same time, I thank y'all for being hard on me, because you create diamonds through pressure. Diamonds are created through pressure. I thank the Creator, the Most High, for sending Baba Gregory my way, because he's really trying to help me woodshed. That's a musician term, woodshedding. I know, like jazz musicians, you go take a hiatus, whatever, you get your craft, you hone your craft, you perfect your skills. The difference is that I'm woodshedding from you all. And so about me doing that is eliminating my fear. I'm not as fearful as I used to be. Like Baba Gregory always say, fear and God cannot exist in the same place. Fear and God cannot exist in the same place. Thank you all for listening. Once again, this is it for this part. If you like what you heard, any of it, feel free to subscribe. If you really like what you heard, feel free to donate to the cause. It's tax deductible. You will see the links around here somewhere. Subscribe, donate, spread the news. But thank you all for listening. Like I said, even your haters are your greatest admirers. They just don't know it a lot of times. Your enemies are your biggest friends and fans. So I want to thank everybody for help creating this diamond in process. In the words of the great Duke Ellington, we love you madly. And also keep on producing and pushing. Let me also add, a lot of y'all be copyright infringing on my shit, and claim that my audio is so shitty. Stop copyright infringing on my shit, or not give me any type of credit at all, and just talk to Master Baba Gregory yourself and do a better job. I encourage anybody. I mean, if you feel like you got a call or urge to do something, don't deny yourself that call or urge. Obey your thirst, obey your urge. Do it, just do it. But I want to thank everybody once again. I just wanted to add to that. Give credit where credit's due. Don't be always so quick to criticize and so slow to praise, okay? Thank you all. God bless you all and all that you do and all that you may learn about yourself, but never fear being yourself. Thanks.